Good morning, YouTube, Nexus. Hope everybody is fan-fucking-tastic this beautiful Tuesday morning here in sunny Arizona. All right, let's give a daily update. Obviously, Kenny lives in the higher time frames simply because I love to compare the past with the indicators, with ACE, and try to predict the future. That's what I'm here for. Not mainly, but it's fun. If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. No big deal. So I'm going to look at the 150 minute, and here is back in 2022, the end of the bull market. Okay. End of the bull market. Here's the top that we had in November, and bear market ensued after that. Okay. So what I am thinking currently right now is we are somewhere around in this area fractal wise. Okay. Fractal wise. We had this dump similar to when we had this dump here. Okay. We have this low, and this was a very significant 2-day, 3-day daily low that we ended up breaking on this right here, and then came back up, and then boom, we died. So this fib right here is very local, okay, where we barely just came up and tapped this 382 and then went and broke this low here. So this fib is the same as it is here. However, we came up and moved past the 382, which was something that I was expecting. I breaking the 302 and barely even getting to the 50% fib is not strong at all. Bitcoin loves the golden pocket and even the 786. So here is the bull market support band that some of us talk about. And obviously it's here also. We're breaking below the 50 on the 150 minute, obviously, which is 2.5 hours. Okay. I am expecting this low here to get broken. Okay. Just like it did here. So if it does not, then it does not. Then honestly, for me, I would have to say that we are not in a bear market, or we are not starting to enter into a bear market if we do not break this. If we hold this 98.1 level here on Bybit, then I would have to say that we are heading up. So we're in an interesting spot. We're in an interesting area here. So I'm being patient. I'm telling people that I'm not entering any sort of longs until I get confirmation. Okay, so what this confirmation means to me is the 2-day, that the bare minimum, we get resolution on the 2-day. I mean, we can look all the way up to the 5-day, where money flow on ACE is coming out, pressure's coming out, momentum is heading straight down. We get a new 5-day candle today, so I'm going to be watching that. 6-day is pretty much the same thing. We have about 3.5 days before we get a new candle for that. We want to talk about the super duper high time frames, the 10-day, the 13-day, 12-day. They all look the same. Okay, money flow is coming out, momentum is heading down, pressure's coming out. very, very similar to the way it was here, okay, in this area also, which is where we're at right now here, okay. Pressure coming out, money flow coming out. VWAP is heading up, but it's, you know, obviously in these 12-day candles, each candle's 12 days, it's going to take a while, and anything within these 12-day candles is what it is. You know, a lot happens in one of those candles. So until we at the very least show some sort of support here, other than what we're seeing with this most recent pullback, I am bearish because there's a lot pointing at me, telling me we are super bearish. Like here, a lot happened here in this month span. Okay, we had down, up, down. So far we've had down and a little bit of recovery, which is expected. So I'm expecting more downside. I am bearish in the medium to long term right now. 15-day, you know, we are just now seeing this resolve to the downside here, okay? We have about 9 hours for another 15-day candle, so I'll be watching this candle also. Most likely, pressure is going to start getting into the zero. Okay, we're at 1 right now. Last 15-day candle, we were at 4.2. We're at 1. I'm sure we'll be into the negative here. Okay, VWAP is still way below the zero line. Momentum is going to head back down. So this is going to be very, very interesting here. Now, back over here is where I'm looking. Pressure coming out. Very much of the same thing. We could just keep coming down on this 15-day candles until we hit this 50 EMA, which right now is at 84K, 84.4. So you can see why I'm not very bullish at all. Nothing in these higher time frame. Obviously, it's a super duper high time frame candle, but it's not like we're pointing upwards to where we can look for something similar like this, or like this, or like this, or like this. There's nothing pointing upwards anywhere in these candles, anywhere within these candles here. Okay, 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, everything is down. Everything is down. Okay, so I am not at all bullish right now. Okay, not at all, not in the slightest. So it is very possible that we come and break this low here. Very possible that we come and break this low. And once, if and when that happens, then we'll see where we're at. Okay, we'll look to the past. We'll look at the indicators. We will try and get something figured out as to when we can enter into a long, which was something like this here. Okay, we got some sort of move back up, and I believe that this move was like a 40% move or something like that. Yeah, 45% move, which is very significant. Alt's got roughly the same move, maybe a little bit better percentage wise. So to retest the bull market support band, to retest where the market is at, okay, then we see if we are still bearish, then we are obviously heading down. The 4-year cycle's over, done with. Wait for another year until we start the bull market again, or however long it's going to take. So, but at least we have some sort of resolution on the super high time frames if and when we get down to this area, okay? And then we start seeing these 10-day, 11-day, 12-day higher time frames start to resolve themselves, okay? Let's just do like 13-day. We had some green dots. We had VWAP kind of coming back up. So let's see what happens. Patience is key here. Okay, we want to catch a move. We're most likely gonna, if we're gonna head back down, we're gonna see some sort of support on these super high time frames at the 50. Okay, to at least get a nice 40% move up. Okay, and right now this looks to be right here at the, mid 85, high 90s or low 90K once we start closing more candles and time has progressed. So I really do think that we are just going to hang around in this area for just a little while. Okay. If somebody was to ask me what my opinion was, then I would have to say that, yeah, we're going to break this. But opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, right? So, if we do find support here, we come down and we test it one more time and we stay above it, then I'll start changing my mind. But it just does not look like that is going to be at all the case here with how these super high time frames look. Okay, so where are we at in the meantime? All right, where are we at in the meantime? Well, without looking, with where we're at now in like the 4 hour. Pressure's coming out, money flow's coming out, momentum, everything's coming out on the 4 hour right now. Okay. We see what happens. We know what happens when this sort of thing starts to resolve itself. Money flow pressure coming out. We have an ace cross to the downside on the 4 hour. A lot of times we get big dumps. Sometimes we have little bits of drama here and there. Okay. So it's going to be interesting, in my opinion, within this next week. We could get a lot of just drama here. We do have a nice W pattern here where we could be getting a retest back down here and fill in this vector candle here on the 4 hour and then make our way back up. So I am watching out, fill this fair value gap here. So, there's just a lot of things that we're looking at. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Retest and hold this level here without dumping straight through it, then I am optimistically bullish. Okay. But if we take out this 98.1 level here, then that's not good. Not good. Not good. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. Like I said, the 4 hour looks the way it does right here. It is not great. Okay, not great. Pressure, money flow, momentum heading down. Not good. Okay. And then we kind of go to the 150 minute, which almost halves the 4 hour. Pressure's already coming out, momentum down. Money flow is money flow's coming out already. So I'm expecting more downside. 12 hour, same thing. Red dot. Money flow is already in the red here. Okay, money flow is already in the red. So this is a continuation strategy, entry, signal short for this move up here. Okay, for this move up here. Now I've been saying for maybe this last week, we need to let the 12 hour resolve. We need to let the higher time frames start resolving, because we have been in this red money flow state for a while. We need to let things start to resolve. And it looks like they are starting to resolve. We had a nice little move up. Everybody's getting bullish again, or whoever's getting bullish again. But we cannot ignore the fact that we still have to resolve these issues with money flow, okay? With on the daily, the 2-day, the 3-day, okay? We barely even got up here on the daily in momentum, and VWAP is already starting to head back down with money flow and pressure still negative, okay? Still negative. So these types of things are just pointing at me straight in the face, and it's super hard to ignore them. I am, and I have been, one of the biggest bulls since I started dabbling and trading crypto in 2017. I don't do well shorting. I love longing the market. It makes the most sense in my brain for some reason, but I have learned over many years to take the bull glasses off and be super realistic, okay? And that's it. That's all I'm trying to be here, is realistic for everybody. So that's where I'm at. This is it. I've been this way, very super uber cautiously bullish and more bearish than anything. I'm like 75-25 right now. And until we actually hold this low here, then I'll start to change my mind. Okay, then I'll start to change my mind. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. That's where I'm at. If things start to change, I will obviously update everybody. If not, we're just kind of trading sideways, then I won't waste y'all's time, but you'll definitely hear from me tomorrow morning sometime. So have an awesome day, everybody. Talk to y'all soon.